Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Is that what we're on? Thursday? The day after hump day? It's a sad day. There's no more humping. Anyway, hope you guys are well. Hope you had a good hump day. Hope you got consensually. I hope you got humped and enjoyed it. That's what I meant to say. My mouth ain't working all that well, y'all. I got crap for sleep, you guys. I'm tense. I don't do tense very well. I'm a fairly laid back guy, believe it or not. For as much as you guys hear me rant and rave and stuff, I'm actually pretty laid back. I don't. This stuff doesn't get to me, you know. But I'm a little bit right now. Just. Showgrat says, "I swear to God, if I see another lit mobile ad before videos, you know what, guys." I actually bought one of those lit mobile things. I was playing, believe it. Okay, this is going to sound so bad. I was playing Candy Crush and an ad came on for lit mobile. You had to do an ad for like something, an extra life or something. I can't remember what, but the ad that came up was for lit mobile. And I'd seen these things and I thought they were pretty interesting, but they're expensive. They're like $100 each. And they were running a sale through the Candy Crush thing, and it was only $50. I was like, okay, I got one. Shio was like waving goodbye and unsubscribing and all that. That's fine, Shio. That's fine. But where I live, the possibility of a power outage and that kind of thing, a solar charged phone recharger was something I really, really wanted. Faithless says my wall charger works just fine for $100. Well, this isn't for when you have wall power available. That's the thing. It charges, what is it, up to 4 different devices at one time, holds a charge for 8 full charges. And I really did like it. I really did like it. And I still like it. It's sitting right over there. Those commercials don't do it justice, though. Did it work? Yes, it works. It works quite well. It works very well. I have another backup battery that I bought right after the last time we had a power outage. That one cost me like $15 at Walmart or something like that. And it works really well too. It gives you like a 75% charge though. This thing will charge you right up. And because of the different thing, you can hook up any kind of phone to it. It's nice. I love it. Am I getting a kickback? I'm really not. And I should have. I've often thought about contacting them. Like, guys, I actually bought your product and like it. You didn't have to send it to me for free, so I would pretend I do on the internet. I really like your product. But then I thought about how much I say fuck and how often I talk about women's asses and stuff. And they probably don't want anything to do with that kind of testimonial. No, they don't want any of my testimony. Speaking of testimony, oh my God, you guys, we got a great video to watch today. Oh man, this was posted over on the Twitter. Do I still have it up? Yeah, it's right there. It's just funny. This isn't one where we're going to learn anything or we're going to deep dive or anything. It's just a funny video. I figured it'd be a nice way to start off the stream. Hang on, we got to get it ready because I don't have a producer. Is this too loud? I don't know. You guys let me know if it's too loud because this bitch gets loud. But doobie-doobie-doo. Put this there. Okay, so this is a woman. She's talking to a man, and this happens.
Groceries?
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
She's a sweetheart, ain't she? It gets funnier. It gets funnier.
Wow. This is.
You got to ask Jesus Christ.
I don't have to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not going to force you to do it.
You're sinning right now.
No, I'm not, motherfucker. You fucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking accuser.
Watch this shit.
You motherfucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
You motherfucking accuser. Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you what's going on?
I'm pissed because he won't repent.
I don't know if you heard that part, but she goes, excuse me. She goes, yes. That demeanor change right there. She goes from fuck you, motherfucker, to Yes, ma'am. And they're like, can I ask what's going on? And she goes, I'm upset with him because he won't repent. Like, I'm sorry. What did you just say? But yeah, let's see if it's Twitter. So sometimes jumping back screws it up. But let's see. Watch this change in demeanor.
Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker!
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you what's going on?
I'm pissed because you won't repent.
Okay.
I'm pissed because he won't repent. I just love the change in attitude there. Fuck you, you motherfucker. It made me laugh. I thought I'd share with you because, I enjoy the laughter. Before we get into the stupid shit, there's heaps of videos about her out there. This is the first one I've ever seen. So she's got something in her, but it ain't Jesus. I just love that change to me. I'm pissed at him because he won't repent. Whew. We're all sinners. Indeed, indeed. Original sin, you guys. You can't get away from it. But which should we talk about first? Should we go into the actual topic of the night? No, I think I want to hold that off for a little bit. I want to hold that for just a little bit and talk about this. You guys remember the deer chick? People have been calling her Mambi, and what was the other one I saw? I forget, but she's the Twitch trans deer. I don't know if you still call them trans if they're deerkin. Is that still trans? I don't know. But they went from being biologically male to being trans female to being deerkin. And they got to be part of Twitch's Trust and Safety Council or something. I don't know the exact designation. But they made quite an ass of themselves on Twitter to the point where they actually ended up hiding their tweets because they were saying some pretty fucked up things that would get them kicked off Twitter if anybody wanted to, actually go that route. But Twitch has gotten a lot of pushback from this, and they've been listening, you guys. And so they've decided to issue a statement. Circus Zero, thank you. That was Crazy Meyer Walmart lady I told you about. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the donation. And yeah, I still hadn't looked her up yet. I just love it. I thought that is fucking amazing. How that change of demeanor, though, man. Yes, ma'am. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Twitch has been listening to people, and they want you to know that they've heard. And this would say, the role of the council is to advise, offer perspective, and participate in discussions with our internal teams pertaining to the work we do to help keep our community safe and healthy. We made an intentional choice to recruit advisors with strong, independent opinions and the courage to challenge our thinking. Now, this goes on a bit longer, and I will throw if you guys want to read it, this is where I found it. It's on here. But I want to talk about this part. I want to talk about this part because it was like, ooh. We made the intentional choice to recruit advisors with strong, independent opinions and the courage to challenge our thinking. Were you thinking humans weren't deer? Because I feel like that's a normal thing, and you don't really need that challenged. I think you can safely say humans are not deer. Your Trust and Safety Council doesn't necessarily need to come in there and try to make you feel like they are, because that's stupid. Sorry, it's the Safety Advisory Council. That's what it's actually called. Now, I have no doubt that they agree with her about gamers being white supremacists because they're a bunch of leftist shitbags. They don't mind making their money off of gamers, but they don't like gamers at all. It was just that first part. That first part made me laugh because it's like, what thinking is she challenging? And is she the right pronoun? I don't want to be using the wrong pronoun here. What's the pronoun for deerkin? Dumbass? Because it feels like it should be dumbass. Speaking of dumbass, we may do a kind of Dear Dumbass tonight on the show. I was thinking about, we'll see. Somebody remind me later. What were they challenging of your thinking? I'm very curious about that. Because they say, they go on to tell us she is not an employee of Twitch, you guys. Well, no, they don't say that. They say that the council's not necessarily employees of Twitch. They don't mention her specifically throughout this whole thing. They do go on to say all participants care deeply about the Twitch community and want to help make it a better place. They care deeply about. This is a person who said that most gamers are white supremacists. Your platform thrives on gamers. That doesn't sound much like they care deeply about the Twitch community. It would be Buck is pronoun. Well, if it's female, wouldn't it be Doe? I've lived in Michigan enough to know Buck and Doe are two different things. I can't remember if I knew that beforehand or not. I don't know if I'd ever paid attention. I'm sure, as a child, they teach you those things, but I don't need to know that, so I don't. I know there's differences in the names of male and female animals, but I don't pay that much attention. But once I moved up here, it became a thing you have to know. James Colley, thank you. Holy fuck, would you believe how fucking great this charger fucking is? Hit the power button twice to use the bright-ass fucking LED light. Shit, I almost blinded myself. Fuck, that's bright. You can charge up to 4 fucking devices, any port in a storm, right? James, that's almost word for word what I was writing. How dare you, sir? Are you reading have you tapped into my computer? Thank you for the donation. I feel like I could do a great ad for them. Guys, get this fucking thing. It's awesome. It's fucking cool. I really do like the Lit Mobile thing. I know those ads are annoying as fuck, but if you can catch it on sale like I did, absolutely grab one. I'm serious, guys. If you ever have a problem with needing to charge your phone and either, the power's out if you live in the middle of nowhere like I do and storms happen, or you're out and about a lot, it's heavy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That thing's got some weight to it, but it's really worth it. It is. I'm not going to, and you don't have to charge it solar. You can charge it regular, and it takes a little while to charge, but it's worth it. Really is. Anyhow, why are you trying to get me back on selling their shit when they're not paying me, James? I feel like you just paid for their ad. They owe you money now. And thank you, Michael. Who does watch the Watchers? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. This Safety Advisory Council, this fucking, doesn't that sound like some shit out of Star Wars? The first movie? Not the first movie, but episode 1. This is a Safety Advisory Council for the guy who's going to turn out to be the most evil man in the universe. The heart of the Safe and Advisory Council and all of our work at Twitch is the desire to foster a safe, inclusive, and creative community of passionate people. As long as you never say the wrong words, we'll be fine. And don't accidentally vomit on stream. Actually, they punished somebody for accidentally vomiting on stream once. They did kick that guy off because he showed his titties. Which is them going, look, we're being equal in our treatment. We need to talk about titties for a minute, guys. Men and women's titties ain't the same. They're not the same. And we recognize that. There's a reason men run around at the beach with their shirts off and women don't. It's because if women ran around with their shirts off at the beach, guys would keep running into things because they wouldn't stop looking. Titties are a sexual thing on women. They're a secondary sexual characteristic on women. On men, they're meaningless. Nobody, and I don't want to say nobody because I go, look, I get excited by man titties. Nobody gets excited by man titties. It's not a thing. So this guy getting in trouble for taking his shirt off, I mean, well, technically they are holding men and women to the same standard, but that's fucking retarded because it's not the same. It's not the same. Anyway, Frank Leo says, hell, if that happened, I'd actually go to the beach. No, Frankie. Frankly, have you ever been or ever seen pictures of a nude beach? Same thing with the nudist colony. The people who are willing to let them hang out, they'll always talk, they'll show you a picture from the Riviera with young college age girls with their titties all out there. That ain't what it really looked like. Typically, they are not people you want to see naked. Be like, ooh, could you put something on? I'll buy you a shirt. Seriously, put those away. Put those away. That people so fat you can't tell how many titties they really have. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry. James Colley, thank you again. Men would break Richards if that happened. Yeah, right? Yeah, there would. The Ball Potato says, unlike you, I have very low standards. Look, man, I'll look at old lady titties. I ain't going to lie to you. Ron White was absolutely correct like that. So it could be an old biker lady and be like, you want to look at my titties? And you'd be like, yes, I do. But after you see him, like, all right, put them away. Ron White was spot on with that joke because I would look at almost any titties and then feel bad. I'd feel shamed for it. It's one of the few things I'd be ashamed of. Like, can't believe I actually wanted to look at them titties. But I'm a man. We can't help it. Women are not biologically driven to look at our nipples. You guys don't care about our nipples. We don't even care about our nipples. Although, gentlemen, let her kiss your nipple. It doesn't feel too bad. Don't let her pinch it because that hurts like fuck. But we don't care about our nipples. Men's titties, I'm probably in trouble now. I've said titties so many times. Breasticles on men are not the same as breasticles on women. They're different things. Stop pretending it's the same, Twitch, because you. I hate this shit. I really do. Well, it's equality. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know what's equality? If you don't have big old floppy titties that are going to make people think sexually, then you cannot wear a shirt. Oh, sorry, women. And look, I'm all for women going topless as long as it's not any member of my family. If women want to run around and show off their titties, I'm happy to look. But notice I'm not saying, oh, well, yeah, it's no big deal. Just take off your shirt. I'm like, I want to look at your titties. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. I've never heard a woman go, man, I want to see what his tits look like. Nobody wants to see that. Toplessness for women is legal in Canada, and I still don't get to see ladies walking shirtless around the city. Right, because women have some form of modesty most of the time. Men do too. I mean, you don't walk around and see balls all the time, do you? You never see balls. And that's a good thing. We should not have to see balls because balls are disgusting. You guys ever watch Christian Science Monitor and they do that shot when they're in doggy and they're underneath and all you see is some penetration and ball swinging? It's like nobody wants to see that. Tuck those away, man. You're getting in the shot. I've actually turned off Christian Science Monitor for that. Been like, those testicles out of my face. Testicles don't look good. They look like something went bad. They look like a tumor. They do. They're saggy, and if you don't shave them, the hair is all wiry and goes all over the place. Yeah. The testicle pendulum. Oh, man. Who thinks that's a good shot? Who thinks that's a good shot? Nobody's there to see testicles. It's like they don't even know what their job is. Put the testicles away. Nobody wants to see it. 9 out of 10 times, most women don't want to see Richards either, drunk or sober. They only want to see the one they like, you know, unless it's like something massive or huge and they're all giggling about it. Did you see that big Peter? Yeah, most of the time they're just like, I don't need to check out all the dick in the world. Because you women are, you could just watch lesbians, but go off. I like lesbian stuff. I'm not going to lie. The Christian Science Monitor articles on lesbians are quite good. I'm just saying, I don't need to see balls. I understand I'm watching people having the sexual intercourse, and that's a man and a woman. So I'm going to have to see male parts, but that's not where my focus is until that's all that's in the camera shot. Like, dude, your balls keep blocking the part I'm trying to see. Tape them back. That's all I'm saying. Get your tuck game together. Anyhow. Monkey never do that again. It made my hair stand up. What did I do? You know, oftentimes when I ask you what I do, it's facetious, but this time I really don't even know what I did. Where are they supposed to store them while performing for the Christian Science Monitor? Well, nuts. There's actually a trick that you do when they're in that position. Don't ask me how I know this. I have not done it myself, but when you're in that position and they're taking the underneath shot, you actually grab them with your hand and you pull them up out of the way. So they're not swinging there, slapping against her belly button. Some of y'all need to go see it. Can you get a testicle trim? I feel like that should be a thing. Like, you know, you have facelift, you get a testicle lift. Is that a thing? We're in a weird spot tonight. Is there such a thing as a testicle lift? I know you can get, you know, like labia shaved off because, you know, get the vagina trimmed, get that lady garden taken care of, remove some of the excess dirt, as it were. But can you, I mean, a scrotum pull, yeah, something like that. Is that something you can do? I'm getting older. This is the kind of thing I need to know about because your balls start to sag. God damn, what are we talking about here? Anybody who's still listening, I'm judging you right now. There's several people who said make it cold. Yeah, but what about if you don't want to be cold all the time? Don't be cold all the time. Maybe just something to kind of like a stomach staple, you know, where they go in there and they make it just a little bit small. Maybe you could just staple it together at the top. I don't know. Checkologic says why? Because they get in the way, man. I'm just saying. That's okay. We're judging you too. I don't blame you, Della Hayes. I really flex tape. Stop it. All right. Let's get on to now. This one, there's not so much a story. It's just something I saw on Twitter that annoyed me. And I know you guys are going, Monkey got annoyed by Twitter? Shocking. I know. Calm down. But there's a certain segment of the Twitter population, people who used to do the kind of thing I do. They used to, you know, go after stupidity that was left-wing politics, who after a certain breakup in the community over a server, have changed their ways and their way of thinking and have become a policing force. The kind of people who like to use things like, use words like dog whistle and mention it's coded for right-wing extremists. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? These assholes who have suddenly decided that they are the, not just not alt-right, but they are anti-right. Because if you are right at all, you are obviously a Nazi, and they will find you being one. They will. They know all of the dog whistles, which is really weird. I don't know how they know all the dog whistles, because unless they were in the training class, it would seem like they wouldn't be able to catch the dog whistles. But they see them everywhere, man. They really do. But a certain one of them made a post today. Blair White, we talked last night on the after party. On the after party, I started that because of this young girl who has a TikTok, and people liked her, and somebody came out and attacked her for following Blair White. And because of this, Blair White has shut down her Twitter and I believe her Instagram. She's still somewhere else out there. I don't know where. But she shut these things down reportedly. And again, I haven't talked to her, but reportedly it's because she doesn't want her young fans to be harassed the way that this girl was, which I can understand. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't do this, but I sure as hell wouldn't want that happen. I wouldn't do what Blair did. I would come out with both guns blazing, you know, tell these people to go fuck themselves. But anyway, somebody posted about Blair White, said Blair White has done more for trans people than anyone on Twitter. You can agree with that or not agree with that. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't think Blair's hurt trans people. I think she's definitely a positive force for them. But has she done the most? I don't know. That's up for debate. But a reply to this was You know, can I find it? I didn't save it because I just wanted to talk about it more generally. But let's see. Here's the actual reply. Doo-doo. That would have been great if I had a producer because it would have come up at the right time. We're going to take a look at the reply. How about that? And here it is. Doo-doo, right there. It says jump cut. Wow. Jump cut to Blair White fans looking for evidence to back up this claim. And then there's this GIF. Now there's a lot of you who will recognize this immediately as a scene from Spaceballs. And we're going to play the clip. All right, you guys watching? I know it's small. Can we blow this up? You can't blow up GIFs, can you? Anyway, or GIF for those of you who here. This is Blair White's fans looking for evidence. This. Now, that's the end of it. For those of you who don't know this scene, watch Spaceballs. It's funny. What the fuck is wrong with you? But I want to talk about this for a second. Do you know what this is right here? Do you know what we're looking at right there? Whoops. I accidentally clicked it. Didn't mean to. Do you know what we're looking at here? That's stereotyping. It's a specifically stereotyped thing. You have two sets of guys who are combing the desert with giant pocket combs, and they switch over to the black guys who have a pick. And then, in very street language, we ain't found shit. This is the kind of thing that if a right winger put it up, they'd be like, oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You racist. That's a doggy whistle. That's them saying, look, black people talk like this, and that's a fucking stereotype. How dare you? But it's okay. Because he doesn't dog whistle. See? This is what I mean by this is what the question is, who watches the watchers? Because there's a whole bunch of these people out there. I mean, Blair White was called a white supremacist. That's why this girl on TikTok got so much shit for following Blair, because she's a white supremacist, you guys. I still want to know the evidence of Blair White's. If anybody can tell me, please do point me to something of Blair White being a racist. I haven't seen it. And granted, I haven't watched everything Blair's done. I haven't followed Blair closely in more than a year, probably a year and a half. So maybe I missed something. I'm not ruling out the possibility that she said something that gave them good cause. I'm doubting the fuck out of it because I've never seen anything like that from her. But yeah, the idea that she's a white supremacist, instead of Waz coming out and going, she's not a white supremacist, instead he chooses this. He chooses a dog whistle. He's letting them racists out there know that, hey, he's on board. He knows what black people are like. He knows what they're like. They speak in broken English and they use a hair pick. It's just funny to me because it's such a minor thing. But when I saw it, I just immediately like, this is the kind of shit they would jump on. And I don't mean Waz in particular. Waz mostly keeps his mouth shut. Every once in a while, he sticks his head up to make an ass of himself and he goes away again. He'll jump up to have a fight and then go away again. But I was like, especially from you, because he is one of the worst at doing this shit. He's one of the worst at seeing things where they are, even if they're not there. He can see it, guys. He can hear that dog whistle. It's really weird. You can hear it, Waz. Seriously. I feel like maybe you need to stop hanging out with the dogs, motherfucker. But this is the kind of shit that it amazes me that it happens. And somebody made the joke last night. Was about getting rid of racism, or they're going to get rid of those races, or get rid of racism, especially from all those Uncle Toms or something. I forget exact quote, but somebody in chat was making the point that you have all these people out there who claim they're not racist and they're fighting racists, but they will run to a racial slur as soon as they get a chance, man. Soon as they get a chance, just run out there and drop a Uncle. Hey, I've seen them drop the N-bomb. They like all of them, man, and they know them because their granddad had a diary where he wrote them all down. They just love them. Love those racial slurs. Love treating women like shit. Love gay slurs. As long as it's against people they don't like. Monkey, you should debate somebody. I've done it before. For me, it's more whether or not it's fun rather than. Did anybody watch the Vosh Count Dankula debate today? Because I haven't done it. I haven't seen it yet. I only saw a very brief part that Dankula posted onto Twitter. Which Dankula, come on, dude. At the end of the because the whole debate, I don't necessarily blame him for the joke he made at the end, but the whole debate was about whether or not he was racist. What kind of fucking debate is that? And at the end, Vosh apparently comes to the conclusion that he's not actually racist, or that specific Dankula is not actually racist. He's just kind of an edgelord. And then, to be a jackass, Dankula says, there's just one more thing I want to say. And he raises his hand in the salute and says the 14 words. Very much to the horror of Hunter Avallone. And it's funny. It is. But Dank, come on, man. Jesus fuck, dude. Dank doesn't care. Dude's been to court for jokes. He's just here for fun. And I agree with that. I do. I don't think he was actually, because they're going to be, look, he did that. Yeah, he did. It was a fucking joke because he knows it'll get to you and make you lose your shit. He is an edgelord. That's what he does. He uber troll, exactly, Faithless. He goes out there just to fuck with them. Epic shitlordery. That's a good way to put it, Peter. He's just, but Dank, come on. Yeah, there's actually a part where Vosh, like I said, I haven't got to see very much. I jumped around a little bit because Pumpkin was over tonight. And so I went and I hung out with her and was away from the internet for a while. And I came back and I jumped around just various quick pieces. And there's one part where Vosh actually says that he thought it was much more productive than he thought it would be. Like, oh. And then Dank ends that way. I'm like, fuck. Dank, yeah, Dankula doesn't give a shit. And I have no problem with him doing that because I don't believe Count Dankula is a racist. I think he's funny. I think if everybody wouldn't have given him all that shit for the dog thing, he probably wouldn't be the edgelord he is now. But he lived through it, man. He had to go through that shit. I mean, he was facing, what was it, a year in prison? For a joke. He was actually going to go to prison for a joke. I think that probably colors a man. But as for me debating people, I don't know. It would be fun, and it depends. I've done it. It wasn't too long ago that I did the one with what's it? Blanc's Brogger. Fuck, I just did it again. I have cryptic disease. Bronx blogger over on Sinatra's channel. Sinatra hit me up and goes, hey, you want to do one about communism like versus capitalism? I'm like, sure, why not? And that was the last one I did. It's been several months before. Stop laughing at me, Delahaye and nuts. How dare you? Fuck all you. You try saying it real fast. Bronx blogger. Shit, I just ruined my own thing. Fuck. There's no winning. There's no winning. Oh, wow. When was that? I don't know. Maybe 6 months ago, 4 months ago. I can't remember. Time flies when you're doing this. I don't have much of a sense of time anymore because, one, I've never had a good sense of time. But what smell of candle did you just like? That is menthol scented candle. I'm trying to keep my sinuses open. Just saying. You know, do they make a Vicks candle? I'm all over the place tonight, guys. Sorry. Do they make a Vicks Vapo Rub candle? Because I would buy the fuck out of that. I love the smell of it. Do you guys like the smell of Vicks Vapo Rub? I've noticed people either love it or hate it. And I love it. I will sit there and snort that shit for days. Just hold it right under my nose. You know who else does? Lil Butt. She loves it. Me and her used to huff that shit together. You just smell it, guys. You don't huff it. We weren't like doing drugs. We were smelling Vapo Rub. But yeah, I love Vapo Rub. I don't know where that came from. Oh, it's a candle question. It's amazing how many people who complain about dog whistles know what all the dog whistles are. Even before people who don't know the dog whistles and should. If you go back to like the alt-right thing, that whole stupid shit. Go back to Pepe and the OK sign. You realize the alt-right had to be told the OK sign was an alt-right symbol, right? Because it was a fucking joke. It's not like they got together in secret and told each other, this is how we're gonna let y'all know. This is how we're gonna let white people know. No, that came from fucking 4chan. It was a joke. Racists had to be told about it, and most of them got told from the fucking news because they don't fucking follow 4chan. They project the whistles onto them. Yeah, they do. Like and I've seen this so many times on Twitter. People, seemingly rational people that I've had very rational discussions with, who have lost their minds on this shit. Everything is racist and sexist, and if you don't see it, they're going through the Sarkeesian effect. Anita Sarkeesian, she got a lot of shit for saying everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out. Because a lot of people mistook what she said there. But she was still wrong. She was still wrong. People just mistook what she was saying and got the wrong answer to reply to her. But sorry. She was right in a sense. She was right in a sense. Because what she was saying at that time is when you get woke. She didn't use the word woke. I don't believe it was around at the time. But when you get woke, suddenly you notice everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out. And she says, and then you calm down and you start to focus on just one of those things. Still saying everything is sexist, racist, and homophobic. But what she was pointing out is how fanatical people get when they first get woke. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong in that aspect. She's wrong in that they're right for being woke, but she wasn't wrong in the fact that a lot of people, when they first join a group, become highly fanatical. When you first become an SJW, you dye your hair blue, stick every piece of metal you can in your face. You start yelling at people about the patriarchy. You just do it the next day. That's how it happens. And that's what's happened to these people. They're the Sarkeesian effect. They're seeing racism and sexism and homophobia and especially transphobia. Oh boy, do they see transphobia everywhere. That's transphobic. No, it's not. Shut up. But it's a picture of a heterosexual couple. That's transphobic. Yeah, it's not. Shut up. They see it all, man. They see it all, and they will not hesitate to tell you. Will not hesitate to tell you. And the funny part is they've gone the other way, because they used to be free speech kind of folk and a good joke is a good joke kind of folk. And now they're like, you shouldn't be talking like that. And one day it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. And I'll laugh because, well, you already knew. You were already red-pilled, as Elon Musk told you to be. Take the red pill. You were already red-pilled. And you didn't like how reality looked. You didn't like not being part of the bigger crowd. So you became one of the watchers. One of the watchers. You're out there watching for that dog whistle. You're out there waiting with that dog whistle, but perfectly willing to call somebody an Uncle Tom. perfectly willing to use a GIF of a racist scene in a movie. Now you might go, no, that wasn't a racist scene. Yes, it was. That's the joke. That's the joke. That doesn't make it a horribly racist thing, but it was a black stereotype, and by our standards, especially today, that's racist. Not if I do it, monkey. I'm a good person. When I use racist dog whistles, it's not really a dog whistle. It's only when that guy does it because I don't like him. They're Agent Smith looking to hunt down anyone red-pilled. Yeah. And they actually use the term skeptic with disdain now. Skeptic. Yeah, it's fucking stupid to be skeptical. I got some bridges I want to sell you. Don't be skeptical. Just give me that money. Don't worry, the bridge is on its way. They actually made skeptic an insult. You're one of those skeptics, monkey. Yep. I'm by the definition of the time and just in general, I'm a skeptical person. I'm okay with it because the other choice is to just accept, and I'm not a follower. I'm not a blind follower. Call me a skeptic, motherfucker. You're a blind follower. Which one's better? Oh, no, I'm not a blind follower. I'm intellectually curious. No, you're not. Shut up. It is amazing how many people I've seen recently. They were right about the climate. Were they? I've never said climate change isn't real. I've never said that man had nothing to do with climate. I've said the way they've gone about it doesn't prove it, and that the crap that they call science isn't actually science. I still stand by all of that because it's all true. And if you don't believe me, go out there and find yourself a copy of The Inconvenient Truth, An Inconvenient Truth by Albert Gore. Go watch Albert Gore's movie and see how many of his predictions came true. How many of his predictions came true? This was all based on the science they're telling us we need to listen to. It's amazing how many people are like, no, yeah, they're right because Ocasio-Cortez told me and Bernie Sanders. That doesn't mean we don't need to clean up the environment as best we can and that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Clean as much as we can. But don't just throw out everything because you realized the popular kids, it's almost like high school, you guys. Almost like high school, where everybody just wants to be part of that in crowd. And the in crowd is the big crowd, except for the big crowd's really not that big. It's an exclusive club. And you're just a hanger-on. I'll take my independence any day of the week. I was like that in high school too, which is weird because I was still very popular. People tend to respond very well to somebody who says, I don't give a fuck and mean it. I don't give a fuck. You go do you. I don't hate you. I'm not going to do it. I don't like you do you. I'm going to be over here doing me. Like your music is stupid. Like, cool. You listen to something else. Like, oh, wow. He's so cool. It's just cool kids, man. It is awesome watching it happen on Twitter because you can actually see it. They'll like call for reinforcements. They'll call for reinforcements when they're having an argument or something like, do you guys see this moron? And they're waiting for somebody from that cool kids group to jump on and give them affirmation that they are right, that person is a moron, that you're right. I don't go looking for that affirmation. I just point out stupid people. You know why? Because the same stupid people I've been laughing at for the last 3.5 years on this site are still fucking stupid. They really are. Their ideology is still stupid. Their methods are still stupid. Their political candidates are still stupid. They're just dumb. And I won't stop laughing at them because it makes me not one of the cool kids. That it makes me have to be watched. Because there's going to be that time. I've been watched, you guys. There's a group dedicated to waiting for me to mess up on Twitter. And every so often they poke their little heads up to tell me what a hypocrite I am or how I'm a Donald Trump supporter or how I just hate Donald Trump. That's my favorite one. You just hate Donald Trump. Like, are you drunk? I mean, I get accused of a lot of things, but accusing me of not liking Donald Trump, that's a weird one to go with. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. But to say you just don't like the president, that's why you have X opinion. Like, motherfucker, I've defended this man so much that some people accuse me of sucking his dick. You just suck Donald Trump's dick. Like, no, that'd be your mom. I don't understand the need to be a part of a group, but the watchers do, man. And they want you to be part of the group. They need you to acquiesce all of your thoughts to them. I like Trump more now than I did when he was elected. I'm about the same on Trump. I mean, I think he's actually done a decent enough job as president. Some of his world policies have made me go, huh? But not the ones that piss off liberals. Like when he whipped his dick out at North Korea and they were all, he's going to start a war. I'm like, no, he's not. Watch. I was all on board for that. There's just, I wouldn't want to be a part of any group that would have me. Yeah. Who was that? Was that Groucho or was that Twain? I get those two confused sometimes. Both very funny guys. Samuel Clemens was a wit and a half. But the watchers, they're out there watching for you. They want to catch you. They want to prove that you're a racist. The most recent one was somebody who wanted to prove that I was racist against white people. I'm racist against white people. One of the things they used is, what about hashtag common sense white women reform? Like, yeah, I've explained that. I think we need to reform all women, which I said, but white women are the biggest problem at the moment. That's why you start with them. Start with a big problem, and then you work your way down. But no, it's just you don't like the whites. Like, oh, dear God. I got watchers, man. I got watchers. But who watches them? I don't know. I don't have enough time in my day to do it. I don't watch them. Every so often something will pop up and I see it. And I'm like, oh, look at you being a hypocritical shit. And I almost started a fight on the Twitter there with Waz. Because seriously, that thing that he tweeted by today's standard is horribly racist. It really is. It is a stereotype of black people, giving them broken, bad English, and a pick instead of a comb like all the white people had. But then I was like, I don't give enough of a fuck to argue about it, so why don't I just go talk to the audience about it? I had to get out of my head, so I had to put it into yours. I watch things that are more important. Morons on Twitter. I mean, if there's a trend going on, I'll watch that. But if it's just a moron on Twitter, I might jump in and have a little fun, and then I jump out. I don't care. Jack should be here any minute now. I don't know if Jack will be here tonight or not. He's got the link. Jack always gets the link. He's the only person that does, because he's funny as hell. He makes me laugh, and I love Jack. Jack's good people. Kamala Harris has she's introduced a resolution in Congress. It's not a bill. It's a non-binding resolution to declare Wuhan virus and Kung flu and Chinese virus racist. She did this about a week ago. I remember seeing the article, but I don't think we talked about it on here. Kamala Harris took the time she had her staff take the time to draft up a resolution to be put forth in front of the United States Senate to vote on whether Kung flu and Wuhan flu and Chinese virus are racist and should be denounced. Like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? It is amazing how quickly they've all decided that this is racist, man. The funny part is they didn't decide it was racist until Trump said it. And now it's the most anti-Asian thing ever. What do they call it in China? Do they call it the Wuhan virus? I'm very curious. Does the rest of China call it Wuhan virus? There's nothing wrong with calling it that and making jokes about it, people. This is my theme. The theme of my channel is people need to lighten the fuck up and learn to take jokes. Seriously. There's nothing wrong with calling it the Wu flu. Nothing wrong with calling it the Kung flu. It's just a play on words. Everybody knows what we're talking about. That doesn't mean people are going to go beat up Asians. There was a where was it? I want to say somewhere in California. It was in Ohio. In Ohio, they just had a resolution in some city where it's against Asian violence because they've seen a huge uptick in racist violence. So they're against the racism against the Asians, you guys. Like, shouldn't you have been against Asian racism all along? None of y'all gave a shit about Asian racism when you were arguing that it was okay for Harvard to keep out Asians so more blacks and Latinos could get in. You guys, no, that's fine. Fuck all of y'all. Fuck all of y'all. Not you guys in chat. You guys know who I'm talking about, though. It's amazing how they suddenly give a fuck about Asians, man. 8 months ago, Asians were whites. Remember that? They actually stopped counting them. Your choices on, on anything that you had to fill out was Caucasian, Black, Latino, or other. Asians didn't even get a spot anymore. They just got rid of it. They just folded them into us honkies. Like, Jesus Christ. Now you guys care. Now, because it's politically expedient to do so. Because you can slam the president as a racist. Now you care about them Asians. You know why they don't care about Asians? You know why the Democrats don't care about Asians? Do you know the percentage of Asians in the country? What are they, like 6%? That's why they care so much. That's why they care so deeply about blacks and Latinos, guys. So deeply. Like, I'm going to have a church service where we lay hands on black people to absolve us of our racism. That's how much I care about Negroes. You know why they care? Blacks make up about 12% of the population. Last I saw, I think it was like, 15 for Latinos? And growing? That's why they care about those groups. Asians are a small percentage. Somebody said less than 5%. I know it's around there. That's why they don't care about Asians. They're too small of a demographic to be an impressive voter bloc. Plus, you cannot use Asians and say, you can't go, they've not been able to make it because of the way the white man has kept them down. It's really hard to make that argument with Asians. Sorry, Asians, y'all screwed yourselves by being too competent. You should have waited for the Democrats to give you crumbs so that they could they could come save you. Did you hear apparently Blair is in trouble besides her Twitter account going down? Apparently there's a video going around about her using the hard R on Insta. No, I didn't see that. And at least that would explain what they're talking about when they call her a white supremacist. But no, I didn't know that. I've been wondering where the white supremacy thing came from. I've dropped hard R's before, but only when I'm talking in, stories. I've dropped them on YouTube. I actually probably said it more that way than with the A, because I'm usually reading a fucking story where it's important to let you know what was said. And then I say it the one time and I don't say it anymore because there's no reason to. Of that 5%, 99% make up 1%. Look, Asians screwed themselves, man. They built the railroad and then they just got to work. Built the railroad, then they just got to work, man. Were Asians allowed to vote? I'm curious about that. I don't know enough of the Asian history in the United States. I should probably look this up so I can talk about it more intelligently. But when did Asians get to vote? Were they able to vote in mass before the voting rights things came along? I'm just curious. But they suddenly care about Asians, and it's not that they care about them. It's their cudgel to beat Trump with. Bearcock, thank you so much. What the fuck is a hard R? It's when you say the N word with an R instead of an A. You say the instead of That's what it is. Are you allowed to say it with a soft R? What is a soft R? The U.S. locked up the Japanese and they still did better than whites. What excuses do other groups have? Well, dangerous. That's the thing. That's why it's one of the reasons. It's another reason we don't talk about Asians, because Asians didn't have the same problems. And that's not to say, how do I want to put this? There are reasons. I mean, if you look at some of the places where the black population lives, where you can look at it and go, oh, I can understand why they don't have jobs. Who's going to build factories? Who's going to build retail outlets or something like that in a place that looks like Baltimore comes to mind. Baltimore's a shithole. I don't know why anybody would build a business in Baltimore. And it's not because there's black people there. It's because the government has run that place into the fucking ground. It is a giant ghetto. You're like, well, the new Ford factory won't move in here. I'm like, no. Look at what you've done to the city. Detroit is a great example of this. Detroit should be, even with cars and stuff going away, they should have been able to transition to other kind of manufacturing and stuff, but nobody wants to live there because the city itself is a shithole. And that's not because it's black people there. It's because the government that has run it into the fucking ground over and over and over and over again. And everybody comes in. Every new mayor of Detroit, they're going to fix shit, man. They're going to fix it. And then their term's up and the next guy's going to fix it. Black people, you want to help yourselves, get the fuck out of those cities. And I realize that, like, Monkey, you have to have money to move. I understand that. Save up. You'll do yourself a favor. Go buy yourself a small house in the middle of fucking nowhere like I have. You will be much better off. There might only be like 3 factories in town, but at least there's 3 factories in town, you know? Detroit is what happens when Democrats and unions get power. Absolutely. They fucking destroyed that place. Detroit is such a horrible place. They actually started knocking down houses because they were so dilapidated and nobody was buying them to fix them up. They're just like, all right, fuck it, just clear it. Just get rid of the urban blight. Because yeah, it's a fucking shithole of a city. They could fix it up. They could make it a very nice place. And there is still, much like most big cities have very nice parts to them. Chicago, very nice parts. The majority of it, in fact. You don't want to go down to that south side. And you know what? They're in no hurry to fix it up. Black, white, Asian, whatever. If you're in one of these communities, get the fuck out. Move. My whole family lives here. Tell them to move. Get the fuck out. Because that's what's helping drag you down. And all you get is Democrats coming in promising they are going to make things better for you. When has it happened? You had Obama for 8 years. How good did your life get? You've had Democratic mayors for years, for decades in some cases. How good has your life been? How good does your city look? How many jobs are there thriving? And I don't mean in COVID times. I mean in normal times. How thriving is your city? That's right. It's a fucking shithole, ain't it? Get the fuck out, man. Stop waiting for Democrats to save you. I don't care if you vote Democrat or Republican. I really don't. Because that's not the point of this. The point of this is to get the fuck out of those horrible places. When you look at the violent crime stats and stuff, you go, oh, it's black people do it the most. Look at where. Look at where. It's in these fucked up, just run down, poor ass cities where nobody can get a fucking job because it might as well be radiated. It might as well have radiation coming out of it because nobody wants to come there. Look at blue states and red states along any dimension of analysis, and the red states win 99.9% of the time. That's true. And again, that's not to say there's not problems elsewhere, but you can't sit around waiting for your government to fix everything for you, because the best thing the government will ever do for you is get the fuck out of your way. That's that. Seriously, get the fuck out of your way. The government should be there for military and maintaining certain services. That's it. That's all we need them for. The rest of it should be you. Go out there and do what you need to do. You let the government get involved. You wait for them to come save you, and you're going to get exactly what you have in places like Baltimore. And now New York City is a different case. New York City actually got very, very cleaned up. Rudy Giuliani did a lot to help with that. And then especially cleaning up Times Square. Times Square was so, I don't know how old some of you are, but Times Square used to be, I mean, its mascot should have just been a hypodermic needle and a hooker. It was disgusting. And Rudy went in there and they cleaned it all up, and they've cleaned up a lot of the city, but a lot of it is still just trash. The good parts of the city are all you see on the news, unless they want to tell you a little bit about how downtrodden the Negro is when they're trying to run for election. Then they'll have the news come out and do a little piece on something, and then they'll never come back because they don't care. They got elected. Yay, we won. Fuck you, people. We'll give you a crumb. We'll give you a crumb. Don't go for that whole bread, man. Just take this little crumb. People say the Republicans only work for rich people. The definition wouldn't mean that. By definition, wouldn't that mean that they want more people to be rich? Yes, they do want more people to be rich. And Giuliani and Rudy is a Democrat. No, Rudy was a Republican. Democrats have destroyed most cities that they run, especially the big cities. Man, they just run them into the ground. Is what it is. It's just, don't take my word for it. Don't be like, he hates Democrats. Whether you like Democrats or don't, look at the fucking statistics. Drive through Baltimore. Go walk through Baltimore sometime. I advise having a guard. No, remember Trump said it's a rat-infested city, and they're like, no, it's not. And then footage actually shows up of rats just running around the fucking city. It's fucking gross. San Francisco, people shitting so much shit on the sidewalk. They literally had to have the mayor make a proclamation that by X date, we will wash all the shit off the sidewalk. Meanwhile, they're out there making, virtuous gestures. Like, Kamala. Kamala's a fucking United States senator. Instead of doing anything meaningful, what's she doing? She's like, we have to call Wuhan flu racist. Oh, yeah, you're helping. You're helping so much. You're helping so very much. That'll give people their jobs back. One of those fucking jabs. Drive through Baltimore and your car will be stripped. Yeah. It's it infuriates me because I don't understand how people don't see it. I don't understand how you can be promised over and over and over again that people are going to make things better for you, and over again. Not only do they not make things better, they often make them worse. And you still go to them because somebody told you the other side is racist. Those Republicans is racist. Are they? Does that mean they never were? None of them are? Racism still exists. We're not going to lie about that. We're not going to pretend about that. But I can't remember any time recently, say my lifetime, when they're like, we're not going to let the Negroes in here with us in the Republican convention. Instead, it's like, please come listen to what we have to say. We want you to be a part of us because you're a big voting bloc. They want you to help take care of yourself. Want to give you Thomas Sowell. Do you guys know who Thomas Sowell is? If you do not read Thomas Sowell, you must. Whichever way you swing on the political spectrum, read Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell is an amazingly smart man, and he does not pull any punches. He started out as a liberal, man. He did. He tells the story. I love watching Thomas Sowell speak. He's a very bright man, but he started out as a liberal coming out of college, and he got into the real world, And he started looking around. He's like, oh shit. And he doesn't pull any punches. And black, white, Asian, poor, rich, left, right. Read Thomas Sowell. He's a very smart guy. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 27 times. And why am I still voting for these people? It's kind of nice seeing the hashtag walk away and hashtag Blexit, both of which talking about blacks leaving the Democratic Party. I do not want blacks to vote left or right because they're black. I don't. I want blacks to get to the point where they can be like white people, where it's just like, who are you supporting? It's not because of your skin color. Well, I mean, they kind of got us back to that with Trump, didn't they? If you voted for Trump, it's because you're white. No. But for the most part, we've been allowed to vote for whoever we want to for a long time without it being because of the color of our skin. I would like black people to vote based on what they personally think is best for them instead of hearing that Republicans are racist. What was it? Hillary got 94% of the black vote, something like that. 94%. Do you think, and seriously, I'm asking this question and I'm interested in your replies. Do you think 94% of black people honestly line up politically with Democrats? Not what they were told, because I think that's the problem. Do you think they actually line up with Democrats? That they believe the bullshit from the Democratic side? Because I don't. I don't think that many of them paid attention, that they actually just listened to the that side is racist crap. I've heard way too many, like my grandma voted Democrat, my mom's a Democrat, so I'm a Democrat. And I know white people like that too, but not to the point where you're going to see an election landslide like 94%. I'm sorry, I cannot believe that black people think that much alike. I just can't. That is a foreign concept to me. Oh man, I'm pretty sure that nearly half of voters do not vote based on the policies and whatnot. Oh, J-Kid, I'd say half is probably too low. I've talked to Republicans, and I have to tell them what their side actually believes. It's like Donald Trump doesn't actually believe that. Like, what do you mean? I was told he did. By who? By who? Who told you that? Because they were lying. Why didn't you listen to Trump? I do wonder, because I hate the idea that you can vote straight party line. That's actually a thing we do in our voting. That you don't have to actually look. It might not be much different from them to just go down and check the Republican or check the Democrat on each side. But the idea that you do not care who's on the ticket. You are just voting red or blue. That's fucking retarded. I'll take a single policy voter over a blind loyalist any day of the week. If your only reason to vote is abortion, at least you're voting on some matter. If you're just voting, I'm voting blue no matter who, you're a fucking moron. You are half an IQ point above retarded. Team sports are fun. Team politics are self-destructive. They are, and the founders tried to warn us about that shit. They really did. And again, I if you want to go down and check blue, fine. But you should have to do that. Speaking of voting, did you see? I cannot think of a single Democrat that is not a piece of shit, though. Fair enough. But I'd still rather you have to check Donald Trump and check whoever your governor is and all this, you know? I don't like the idea of just blindly following one side. I don't like most Democrats. I don't like most Republicans either. That's why I don't vote for them. But speaking of voting, did you guys see Michigan, my lovely state? They sent out a whole shit ton of unrequested voter absentee votes. Ballots, that's the word I'm looking for, not votes. Well, probably votes. And it's illegal. And Donald Trump called it illegal. And the press went, oh, Donald Trump doesn't want people to vote. That's been their thing. They look at COVID and like, oh, we can get absentee voting. I don't have a problem with absentee voting. I really don't. I think it's lazy as fuck. But until we have a national holiday and literally everything shuts down that day so people have a chance to go vote, I have no problem with an absentee ballot. As long as you get it in time and that there's some way to validate it. But when you're just randomly sending them out to people, that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing. The reason we make you request it is so that we know you requested one, and chances are you're not going to vote twice. We've had problems with people voting twice with absentee ballots. Voting by mail, everyone agrees on this. Even the left, everyone agrees. Voting by mail is the easiest way for fraudulent votes to happen. Everybody agrees, but they still want it. Everyone's locked at home, so who is absent? Fair enough, Faithless, but because everybody's locked at home, it makes more sense that you wouldn't want to go out there. Because remember, you're going to get sick and die if you step outside your home. I've heard this, the news media has been trying to scare us. Jack says that's why the left loves it so much. Yeah, they do. Even the left will admit that we read a story about this where they flat out admit, yes, this is the easiest way to fix or to have fraudulent votes. But we still think it's worth it. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. What was it, a town or a county, something like that, where Hillary Clinton got every single one of the absentee ballots? How real do you think that was? Dragon Mates, thank you. Did you know like 40% New York, 1% has left? Like 40% New York, 1% is left. Really? You're talking about how many people have left the state? Liberal states have been seeing an exodus of people for a while. I think they had a recovery in California last year, if I'm remembering right. But yeah, where most people are leaving for Texas. Everybody wants to go to Texas. It's warm and they have jobs and the state's running pretty well. So all the liberals are going down there to fuck it up. Evolved Potato says a town that was Republican controlled for decades. Yeah. It's 40% of the 15. Random, you're making it even more crazy for me. I'm not sure what's going on now. Aren't there districts that had more votes cast than people who live there? Yes, that happens pretty much every year, believe it or not. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on with our elections, and they're always like, no, there's nothing wrong. Until Trump wins, and then it's all wrong. I love this narrative, though. The narrative is Trump just doesn't want people to vote because he knows he'll lose. Or, and I'm just throwing this out there as an option, he's looked at the law and went, that's illegal. Weren't they all for law and order during the Ukraine thing? We have to uphold the law, monkey. Well, he didn't break any law, but I don't like him. We have to impeach. And now, man, they don't give a fuck about the rule of law. Adam Schiff, this little dirty motherfucker who's been trying to get Trump ever since Trump was elected. Schiff was very happy when he finally got the reins to the Intelligence Committee when the Democrats took over the House in 2018. Because he's been wanting him and Jerry Nadler, they have been wanting Trump ever since Trump got elected. To the point where they're making shit up. To the point where Adam Schiff should probably be held in some kind of contempt of Congress for the way he's acted in the Russia investigation. There's no denying at all that several witnesses that spoke before Adam Schiff's secret Intelligence Committee hearing down in the basement of the Capitol lied their asses off. Absolutely lied. There's also no doubt that if you look at what they said, not one of them had any fucking proof that Donald Trump had colluded with Russia at all. None. And still they pushed forward. Still, they pushed forward with this shit. They're still going with it. The Russia investigation is still ongoing, guys. Did y'all know that shit? 40% of the New York wealthy has left. Yeah, wealthy 1%. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not shocked. And I think that I thought that's what you were getting at, but yeah, that's happening all over the country. People are leaving California, New York, Illinois. Illinois had a huge hit a couple years ago. These places are going to have less importance than they used to when it comes to the electoral college. That's scaring the shit out of them. Like, how about you fix your state, motherfucker? Anyway, but where was I? I get distracted so easily. It's weird when I don't have a topic that I'm on, where I'm just kind of letting my mind wander and going from topic to topic like this, because you guys can throw me off really, really easily. This is a good time to stop and remind you I'm brought to you by you. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. And if you can, donations are always appreciated. They're not expected. They're not, what's the word I'm looking for? Expected, I guess was the look, but they are very much appreciated. They might still have the population, but none of the tax base. Well, Faithless, when you lose the tax base, that's when people start moving out. There were several big articles. I want to say it was 3 years ago. I think it was right before Trump got in, so maybe 4 years ago now. There was a mass exodus from liberal states. People were just like, A lot of people from California went to Texas. They went to Nevada. They went to Arizona. A lot of them went to Arizona as well. They were just, fuck it. I am not letting California take all my fucking money. I'm going to go over here. I might make less, but I'll keep more. I will have more in my pocket at the end of the day. And New York is running at a deficit. Oh, yeah, they are. You have all of these states now are out there. Mr. Trump, please, we need your money. Because you know what happens when you shut down your whole city? It's not just that people don't have jobs anymore. It's not that people don't go to work every day and there's no taxes anymore. Nobody's out there spending. Your state sales tax, gone. Your state income tax, gone. If you live in a city that has city income tax, gone. All of it's gone because you made people stop working. You made them stop working, you dumbass. I do love how much they love old people now, though. It's amazing. We got to do this for the old people. We got to keep the old people safe. Well, put them in a building. Leave me alone. I do love the argument that's come up about people who want to go to work. Wanting to go to work right now is alt-right nonsense. If you want to go to work, you're just a right-wing extremist. You're probably a racist and a misogynist too. I just want to feed my family. Shut up, racist. You just want to kill black people with the coronavirus. That's a thing, man. I'm not kidding. They ran an article about how white supremacists were looking to get coronavirus and spread it to the Negroes. I'm like, I don't believe you actually wrote that. But they did. Of course they did. Gamer Vleen, thank you. They want to keep more money, but clearly they don't learn. All the California Dems are bragging about turning Arizona blue, and we are about to have a fight over the Second Amendment. Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem. As these Democrats would have been smart if they would have spread out sooner. There's enough of them in California that they could turn several states blue if they just moved across the borders. And they would have been able to control the presidency for decades, actually, but they're not that smart. But they may do it accidentally now. They may do it accidentally. COVID pox blanket, stop it. Wanting to earn a living is racist? Yeah. I mean, at least they're consistent in that regard. Nothing for you here. It's weird. I'm sure all of you guys saw Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tell people should just never go back to work. We have to break the system. Shut up, commie. You dirty commie. Bearcock, thank you. That's going to pop off the screen before I can read it. I got to go over to the other screen. I need a producer. Bearcock, thank you so much. Mask laws are no different than seatbelt laws. You should be wearing them anyway, but fuck the government for forcing you. My wife got very mad at me because I got a seatbelt ticket one time, and I was going to refuse to pay it. I was just going to refuse flat out. My dad actually ended up paying it for me for my birthday. I'm like, I didn't want that paid. I absolutely no. Fuck you. How dare you tell me what I can do inside my car? When I got that seatbelt ticket, the lady cop said to me, I'm the one that would have to go to your family and tell them you were dead because you got launched out of this window. I'm like, I'm fairly certain that's part of your job. That's not my problem. That's your problem. Gamer Vleen, thank you. Hashtag Westgate on Twitter. Have fun. I'll take a look. Like, wouldn't you have to tell my family if I died if I was wearing my seatbelt? I mean, do you stop people and say, I'd have to tell your family about your death, even if you're wearing that seatbelt? Shut up. It's a dumbass thing to say. Oh, I don't like seatbelt laws. I really don't. I wear mine because it is a safety thing, and it's not that big of an inconvenience as long as you get it, properly fitted and everything. But the idea that the government, you have to wear that, fuck you. I used to not wear it just out of spite. And then I got that ticket and it's like, you know what? I don't care about the ticket, but I don't want to hear my wife whining at me anymore about something like that. I'll just wear the fucking seatbelt. Look, I love my wife. I'm not being mean to her here, but yeah, that one in my speeding ticket. I've only ever had 2 tickets, you guys. I had a speeding ticket and I had a seatbelt ticket. The speeding ticket, the cop, she was very nice. Both of the times it was a female cop, but I was doing it was 74 and a 55, and she wrote it for 65 so that I didn't end up with a reckless driving charge. And my wife gave me so much shit for that. I still speed, you guys, but it's typical here in Michigan. As long as you don't go 5 miles over the hour or over the speed limit, 5 miles over the speed limit, that you're okay. So I always hang about 3 over the speed limit. When the speed limit was 70, I'd do 73, and I'd lock it into the cruise control. One time I used to go down in Grand Rapids. They had the Grand Rapids Rampage. It was an arena football team. And one year I had season tickets for them. So we went down all the time. And I was driving down. I had 2 tickets. So me and my children, the children took turns going with dad to the game. And it was my middle son was with me. And we're driving in my car. Oh, I miss that car. I love that car so much. It was easy to speed in that car. So we're heading down down the highway, and I look down. I'm doing 90. It's like, fuck. Slow way down. Yeah, I love that car. Her name was Monique. That's right. I named my car. It's all right. If I want to go fast, there's a track 30 minutes away. Where are you going fast? Oh, I don't speed. I got you. So if you want to speed, you go to the racetrack. Lady Monkey speeds like a bandit, man. This woman who gave me shit because I got a ticket. Yeah. But yeah, I don't speed. I don't get myself in trouble because it's not because I have that much respect for the law, because it's the highway. I don't speed like through town and shit. I'm always on both. When I speed, it's on the highway. Flat, open ground. This is the middle of nowhere, Michigan, man. Our highways are empty as fuck. Why can't I do 90? I don't speed because I don't want to hear my wife yell at me if I get a ticket. See, women, this is what I'm talking about. You guys are there to temper us. You're the ones who keep us from getting ourselves into too much trouble. That's your job in life. What the hell is this? We literally just reopened and there's already a mass shooting. Good job, America. Hashtag Westgate. I just witnessed an armed terrorist with an AR-15 shoot up Westgate. There are multiple victims. Oh. What the hell got shot? What is Westgate? I don't know what a Westgate is. I guess I have to put this into a search because looking at the hashtag, it's, I mean, that doesn't tell me much. It's people. Armed terrorist shoots 3 people at Westgate Entertainment District near Phoenix. Shooter in custody, police say. Oh, so they didn't shoot him? Damn it. Let's see. This is from AZ Central, Arizona Central. The loud sounds of gunshots started at 7:25 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. Or not Eastern Time, sorry, 7:25 local time Wednesday. Moments later, people started to post on social media wondering what was happening at Westgate Entertainment District in Glendale. Okay, that doesn't actually talk about what happened. That's people, they're literally repeating what people are saying on Twitter. But apparently there was a shooting there. I don't know what exactly went on. And I didn't check that I was going to be talking about shooting, so I can't do it. Open air mall, basically. Yeah, fair enough. But like a police report that has the actual particulars. But again, I checked the wrong box for that tonight. I checked that I would not be talking about terroristic acts. So sorry, YouTube. I didn't know that was going to break. You know, I really should get a hold of them and ask them if there's a way to change it afterwards. Not that I'm going to demonetize myself, but to put it on there so they can say, yeah, we know. I know I know what was here. This way you can tell that I know what I'm not fucking with you. Anyhow, God, man, I like these kind of shows. I don't know if you guys do or not. I like the ones where I'm just allowed to let my mind go wherever the fuck it happens to be. Sometimes with a major story, we get an hour and a half into the show and that's all we've talked about. And that's fine. I like those shows too. But it's not as cathartic as one like this is. I'm doing this story just to be a dick. I'm going to tell you that up front. I'm doing this just to be a dick. CDC now says coronavirus does not spread easily on surfaces. The U.S. Center for Disease and Control and Prevention now says that the coronavirus does not spread easily through touching surfaces or objects. In early March, the Federal Health Agency was warning that it may be possible to pass the virus from contaminated surfaces. Its guidelines now include a section on ways that the virus doesn't easily spread, including from touching surfaces or objects. Quote, it may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it and then touching their own mouth, nose, possibly their eyes, the CDC webpage states. Damn it. This is not thought to be the main way the virus spreads, but we are still learning more about this virus, end quote. Other ways the virus doesn't easily spread is from animals to people or people to animals, the CDC's updated webpage states. It's unclear when the CDC updated its guidance. The agency didn't immediately respond to the post's request for comment. You should still wash your hands all the time, guys. There was a virologist, epidemiologist, whatever the fuck they're called, who was on Joe Rogan very early in this. You guys remember? I talked about it. And he said at the time, washing your hands doesn't do much. He says you should wash them anyway for other reasons, for flu strains, for things like that. But that so far they didn't have any evidence that there was a lot of people getting COVID from touching things. It's coming from people sneezing on you, coughing on you, that aerosol of shit being in the air and you breathing it in. You still shouldn't be touching your eyes, your nose, your mouth. You should be doing that as little as possible. But he said, and this upset some people, he said telling people to wash their hands in this situation is basically just making them feel good. It gives them something to do so they feel like they have some control. And the CDC seems to be coming around on that. Now, they don't say you can't get it that way. They say probably not the way most people are getting it because it doesn't live on surfaces that long. Oh, there's a lot of misinformation about that stuff. A lot of misinformation. It can live on a surface for 26 years. No. Anyway. What else do we have going on in the world? Yeah, I just read that one to be a dick because there were a lot of people at the time like, Monkey, how dare you spread that? The guys, I wasn't quoting a politician. I wasn't quoting a singer. I wasn't quoting a Stephen, what's his name? The guy who wrote it. Shit. All I can think is Stephen Hawking, but that's not him. Shit. You guys know who I mean. I'm not quoting him from Brian Stelter's show when he got to talk about coronavirus. I was quoting somebody who works on this kind of shit. King, thank you guys. Stephen King. I don't understand why Dems vote for bad policies, and when they ruin their cities, they go to a new place and vote for the exact same policies. Thank you, Dragon Mage, for that donation. It's because they never think it's the policy. It's the communism has never been tried right fallacy. Look, I just made up a new fallacy. It's the communism has never been tried right fallacy. See, it's not that those are the problems that cause their city to go to shit. It's not that. It's not the incredibly high taxes in California with incredibly high state and local taxes that's causing problems. Those high taxes are great. When you start paying for undocumented children to be in all your schools, and you excuse that by going, well, their illegal parents pay sales tax, which, by the way, doesn't even begin to cover your budget, then you're a moron. But in their world, that's not the problem. The problem isn't overspending and high taxing. No. It's that there was once a Republican somewhere in government. I wish that wasn't true, but yeah, it's they've never actually tried communism. Isn't that essentially a no true Scotsman fallacy? He wasn't really a Democrat. No, it's a little bit different. See, because this is a very specific thing. It's that the policy didn't work, not that a person wasn't that. The no true Scotsman. I guess you could say it there, but I think communism has never worked is more to the point. Because that's what they've never tried it the right way. They've never tried it the right way, damn it. All of those communists who tried it and failed, it's that they didn't do it. They didn't do communism how I would have. Yeah. Oh, God. So many of you guys in chat tonight. I love you. Have I ever told you guys I love you? I'm feeling lovey tonight. I needed this. I need to just talk sometimes especially when I get stressed like I was all day. Because I did have to call the police yesterday morning, and give them my name and my address, and they put a note on my address so that if there's ever a call here, they know not to come in with guns blazing, maybe call or knock first and go, is there really a situation going on there? The chances of me actually getting swatted, I think, are pretty low. The people who hate me don't bother to find out who I am. But I had to go through that, and then I had to talk to my wife about it, and she actually took it very well. But that's the part that really bothered me. It's like, God damn it. And I have to tell Lady Monkey that this happened, because I know she worries about it. She does. She's been worried about it for a long time. For me, it works out very, very nice. Very nice. I have to talk to Lady Monkey about it, but yeah, I could open a P.O. box, which many people have asked me to do. I can go back to using credit cards on my Streamlabs, which a lot of people have asked me to do. With my information out there, if something came up where I could go be a speaker, I could actually do that now. I don't have to hide behind, who I am, because it's out there. We love you too, Monkey. That's why we're here. Thank you. It's very kind of you, Bad. Usually tell us in chat that you like. I do. And I hope you guys understand. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I would probably be doing the show if nobody was watching, just because I need to talk. But it's much more fun doing it for you guys. Monkey, you got doxxed. Oh yeah, I did. The docs to set you free. Yeah, I've heard people talk about that before, Faithless. I think it was Armored Skeptic when it happened to him? I can't remember. There's one of them was like, getting doxxed sucks, but it actually set me free. I'm able to just fuck it. Here you go. This is me. You don't have to be worried that somebody's going to find out because it's out there. Who gives a fuck? And I said that before that I didn't care about it. I would have done it long ago if it was just me in my house. So we can send monkeys special presents. No, I don't know if I'd get a P.O. box. I'd probably still get one in a different city and make them open any of my mail. Because if I got a glitter bomb, I'd be upset. Get your stuff delivered via Sinatra's post office box. I'd feel bad. I'd have to send him some money for having it. Wait, hold up. You got doxxed? I did, guys. It's not a big deal. Relax. It's not a big deal. I was pissed off when it happened because it's kind of a fucked up thing to do to people, but it is. It's kind of liberating. I don't have to worry. It's weird. It's weird when that kind of thing happens, where you don't have to worry about something anymore. It's freeing. So I'm still irritated that it happened because I haven't quite got over the anger. I'm an angry person. You know how they talk about don't hold hate in your heart. There's a lot of hate in my heart, you guys. Tons of it. I don't talk about it very often because I don't dwell. I'm not a dweller. But there are people I absolutely hate. And if they come up, I will tell you how much I fucking hate them and how much I hope really bad shit happens to them in life. But then I get on with my day. I just let it go. But it's still there. I hope you reported it. There's nothing really to report. The only thing that I had to worry about was, because I don't think this person would like swat me, but that doesn't mean nobody would. So I did have to go through and make sure that happens. If you get doxxed, you need to call your local police and let them know, hey, I'm as small of a personality as I am. I piss people off from time to time. My name has gotten out there. Just in case, could you put a note on there to knock? Don't break the fucking door down and shoot me 3 times before you ask a question. There's no hate in my heart. I replace it with anger. Oh, there's lots of hate in my heart. I'm not ashamed of it either. You shouldn't hate. Why not? Why not? I feel like hate is a valid human emotion. And it's like, if you hate, the other person wins. Fuck it, let them win. I'm going to hate them. I'll hate a winner. I think dwelling on it is the problem. I think if you hate somebody, dwelling on it is the problem. If you wake up every day thinking, oh, I hate that person. I used to work with people I hated, and you could never tell because I treated them like everybody else, and I just went about my fucking day. And maybe if I was, alone with one of my friends talking, I'd be like, I fucking hate that guy. But otherwise, I just go about my day. Fuck it. Hate has its place. Anthony Vogel, you're right. You're right. You did challenge your doxer. I also challenged him to bring I almost dropped an F-bomb. His pussy ass up here so I could beat the fuck out of him. I don't see him doing anything about that. My wife said I shouldn't do that. Like, that pussy ain't coming up here. Calm down. Anyway, challenged him. No, I actually pointed out that he was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. Here's what happened. He found it through looking up my monkey, because my monkey is trademarked or copyrighted, whichever the right one is for it. And so he went looking for it in the records of copyright and found my information. And I knew he was going to do it because before he put it out there, he made a comment. Somebody made a post or replied to a post of mine. And they made a joke about finding out where I lived or something, but it was a joke. And there was no, I'm going to find out where you live bullshit about it. And this asshole replied, well, a better place to look would be here. And as soon as I saw him, I'm like, fuck, here it comes. And damn, I'm psychic, y'all. I'm fucking psychic. Give me a name, I'll deal with. No. Fuck him, man. Just don't. There's no reason to be upset by it. No reason to be upset. It's done. And like I said, it's freeing. And fuck him still, because he did something dickish, and I hope bad shit happens to him. But No big deal. No big deal. He looked up my monkey, dirty bastard. I mean, it was going to happen. And that's why I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. I mean, that copyright's been out there for a long time. If anybody ever, and I've mentioned that it was copyrighted, years ago. Probably because somebody asked if they could use it. And I had to tell them I would have to find some way. I would have to see what the legal ramifications are because I do actually own it. Kevin, thank you. Monkey, I would like to send you a bag of dicks. What's your address again? It's 111 your mama's house. But thank you for the donation, Kevin. It's not that bad, you guys. It's really not. But it has. That's why I've been anxious today. Because it's I know it upsets my wife. She worries about this shit. I don't worry. I'm not a worrier, but if it comes to her being upset and all she's thinking about is, well, the grandkids come over here and the kids here. So she's really worried about something happening to them. And thanks for that, dickhead. But lots of people have found my docs. I've never mentioned it before, but lots of people have found my docs. I've over the years, probably 24 people over the years have got a hold of me and said, I found your information. It's here. That's why I don't do the credit cards anymore. Cryptic came to me like, dude, your information is out there. When somebody donates to you, they get that information. I was like, fuck. Cryptic could have been like, oh, here's his information, guys. But Cryptic's not a dick. Cryptic plays one on the internet, but he's not really a dick. He's actually one of the nicest guys you'll meet. I'm going to say this about Cryptic, and don't tell him I told you this. He's a sweetheart. He plays it as though he's a dickhead, but he's a sweetheart. Don't let him fool you guys. But yeah, lots of people have come to me and went, Monkey. One of them was like, I found your blog, and you have some information you might want to remove. And they told me where to find it. These were people who were looking out for me. They, for whatever reason, like this person, they had to have gone and looked it up, but they weren't doing it out of malice. They weren't like, I'm going to dox this motherfucker. I'll show him. They were like, dude, I was just curious and I saw this and I think you should know. Like, thank you. That's very kind of you. I have the best audience in the world, man. I've said that how many times now? Probably not enough. Wait, so I've had your docs for a long time? Probably. If you donated to me way back in the days when you could donate through credit card, yeah, you had my docs. Well, it depends, because it depends on your bank, I think it is. I can't even remember. I didn't even see that on Streamlabs credit card. Yeah, there's a lot of them who don't have it. If you're going to do the Streamlabs credit card, what you really should do is go get a burner card, that kind of thing, and do that through there. Don't hook it through your real bank, because depending on the bank, it will send your information out. And apparently mine is one of them. Fucking assholes. Yeah, and that's why my PayPal, if you donate to my PayPal, it comes back as Ranting Monkey Inc., because it's a business account rather than a personal account. But anyway, I needed to talk about that. I need to get this stuff off my mind sometimes. Got doxed, you guys. Which means, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe one day I'll do a meetup somewhere down in Grand Rapids. I've talked about that before, but it's always been like, we're still trying to, that anonymity thing. But yeah, like I said, there's so much freeing about it. I remember watching when Roaming Millennial, when she was really starting to take off. And there was that conference that her and SDA went to together down in, I think it was in Texas. And I remember thinking then, like, I am hurting myself by hiding who I am, because I'll never be able to go and do some conference, give some speaking thing somewhere. Because you can't go out there and speak in public and stay hidden. Those two things don't go together. You're being too nice for a fucking monkey. It's not that I'm nice. I still hope bad things happen to him, but it is what it is. You can't get caught up on things you can't fix. You can't. I mean, there is no way to undo it. It's out there. And the way to do it is out there. And it was out there for a little while. Where's it? Goes the other way too. Sinatra knows my full name. I couldn't tell you if it tells me you guys' full names when you donate because I don't look. I know it's a possibility, so I don't look. The only name that I read is the one that when you get a donation on Streamlabs, the name that you guys pick to put in there comes up on the left-hand side of the screen. Another name comes up on the right. I don't even pay attention to the right. I just read whatever's on the left and then the donation. Because I love you guys, but I don't care where you live or what your real name is. It's not none of my fucking business. Wear a monkey mask during the speech. I mean, I suppose I could. But yeah, there's a lot of good that comes from being able to be yourself. And it's not like I have a job to worry about, you know. If I was like working at Walmart, I'd be a little worried. I'd be like, fuck. If they find out the shit I say on the internet, they're gonna fucking fire me in a heartbeat because Walmart is notorious for doing that kind of shit. Myself, I'm clearly terrified of getting doxxed. Stop it, George. Who among you, by worrying, can add a single day to his life? Who said that, Brown Coats? That is a very good quote. I'll have to remember that because that's how I am with things. When something bad happens or there's some kind of strife in my life, worrying about it doesn't help at all. I've never worried something into being fixed. Just like, all right, that's a problem. I have to fix it. And just take care of it, man. That's what you can do. It's only one step closer to a face reveal. Well, at this point, I mean, there's no reason not to do a face reveal. I mean, I am doxxed. I am who I am. The reason you won't get a face reveal right now is because I still have really shitty internet. Like, really shitty. Walmart, a hard to get job would be a worry, not a crippled door greeter. You know, when I first went to work at Walmart, it was a joke. I mean, I wanted to work and we really could use the money at the time. But it was, I'd always joked that I was going to retire and go be a door greeter at Walmart. So when I wanted to fill out the application, I actually filled out the application. I checked door greeter and cashier. Those were the only two things I checked. And they hired me as a cashier instead. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It moves you around a lot, but it doesn't get you anywhere. That's true. And I've tried to convince my wife of this because she is a worrier, man. She worries a lot. Either Jesus or Timothy. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a great quote. I can't say I'm familiar with it. As somebody who's done the Walmart thing, even as a nobody, I was like, fuck every day. Yeah. I liked Walmart, to be honest. I didn't like some of the managers and some of the customers were shitheads, but for the most time I had a good time. Don't do it. I have an idealized version of you in my head. I drew you, for God's sakes. Don't ruin it, monk. You know, there's let's take a poll in the audience real quick. Expo Hotep, thank you. Now nothing is holding you back from doing a TEDx on white woman reform. Thank you for the donation. And you're right. I can give the TEDx talk on common sense white woman reform. That's awesome. There's a fight that goes on in the chat on people who want to see me and people who don't. Give me a 1 if you'd want to see my face and a 2 if you don't. This is not going to influence me in any way, but I'm curious. Because when I don't think there's Faithless just said I can't unsee Bearing, and I'm with you. When I know what Bearing looks like now, so that's just what I see. But I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know if he looked like I thought he would, but now as I look back, it's yeah, that's Bearing. Nut says 3. Stop it. No, thank you guys for voting. I'm curious. It seems like 1 wins, but there's still a lot of 2s in there. Dick pic, no, Kevin. I just meant my face, just my face. And there's several people who said they don't care, and I'm with you. I understand that, but yeah, it's weird because some people are really passionate of don't do it, and I've thought about ways if I do, how I can keep it hidden from those people who don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like only do it on a specific channel and be like, sorry guys, if you don't want to see me, you don't want to look right now. That kind of thing. It's weird to see someone when you really only hear their voice, they never match up. SDA got mad when she saw me. When she saw my picture, she got mad. Because I didn't look like she thought I should. Especially the blonde hair. I am a blonde, guys. With a reddish beard that actually there's no red in my beard anymore. It's all been replaced with gray. There's still some blonde, but it's blonde and gray. Bering didn't really surprise me, but sugar tits, wow, I wasn't expecting hot Asian Australian. Oh, Pat. Yeah. Her voice does not match her face at all. She is gorgeous. Nice pull there, Bering, but yeah. Faithless says SDA is a child, though. So no, there's people who got mad. There were people who got mad at Bering because he did it. Like, I didn't want to know. Like, too bad. Oh, man. Anyway, what time we got? Oh, damn, we're almost at 2 hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's very rambly. I was all over the place. No real topic. The who watches the watchers thing does intrigue me, though, because there's a lot of people out there watching for you to make a mistake. Watching for you to make a mistake. Their shit doesn't stink, you guys. They're like that lady who was screaming, she's not a sinner. You're a sinner. You better repent. And if you don't, they'll just sin at you. Just crop off your gray hair and Photoshop it onto the monkey cartoon. No, I mean, I'm not ashamed of how I look. I'm a beautiful man. As long as I keep my face trimmed and brush my hair, I'm a beautiful man. If I let my beard just grow wild, it takes about 2 weeks and it grows into the point where I look homeless. I was like, I need to clean this up because she didn't marry somebody who looks like that. That's why I keep my face clean. There's 2 reasons I keep my face trimmed. 1, I don't like it when my mustache gets into my mouth. And 2, I don't want to look like a homeless person for my wife. It's like women who wear leggings. It's better to have a little bit of mystery. I think leggings are still a little bit of mystery. I don't get to actually see it, you know. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up here. We're at 1:52. That's almost 2 hours. I owe you guys 8 minutes, which means like I did an after party yesterday. We're even. Who watches the watchers who watch the watchers? Yeah, you know, it's kind of an intriguing thing. I'm very conscious. Before we go, I'm very conscious of this. I try very hard to be consistent. And it's not always easy because I'm human. Hypocrisy is a human thing. Especially if you're very passionate about one subject and don't care about another. And then somebody points out your opinions on these don't match up. And you're like, oh shit, I'm a hypocrite just like everyone else. But I do try very hard. And so when I am watching things like this, like that Waz Lee thing, I'm not above doing a gotcha thing from time to time, but I don't feel like that's what he was doing there. But I can't say I will never sin the way he sinned. But for me, I have my standards and I try to hold to them. But I also try to hold other people to their standards. It's amazing how hard it is to do that. Guys, I'm going to go watch the Vosh Count Dankula debate and see how long it takes me before I have to turn it off because I can't understand what Dankula says. Love the guy. Think he's funny, but I have to rewatch stuff because that accent is thick, man. It is thick as fuck. I feel like your face reveal would be like Neeb's face reveal music video. I haven't seen that. I'll check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hang out. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are fucking amazing. You are my employers-ish. You pay my check. Put it that way. I think technically, it's weird. I'm my employer, but you guys pay me. Huh. Welcome to America. Welcome to capitalism, bitches. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Tonight, we're going to be on Satsu 2 Cents' channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Lords of the Night. I think we're going to have a gaming stream over on 2 Cents Plus afterwards. It's one of our off nights, so it's going to depend on how things are going at Satsu's house. Mostly did Squeedus go to sleep like she's supposed to? Did Satsu get sleep? But if everything goes well, we'll be doing a stream 2 cents plus. That is the number 2, CENTS PLUS. I have to spell it because some people think it's the word 2 spelled out, and some people think sense is SENSE. So gotta spell it 2, CENTS PLUS. Come watch it. Come hang out. It's a lot of fun. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't know what